Good evening, everyone. How are you? Slightly delayed to the Tuesday. Animal was here last night. He didn't get the memo. How's everyone doing? Back to TSW tonight, of course, taking a bit of a longer look at this new 2019 winter timetable mod by On Track Simulation, which they gave me early access to last week, which was quite nice of them. So I was able to put that video out. Excuse me. But yeah, there's some good stuff on here, so I thought we'd take a look at it tonight. How is everyone? Ratty, good evening. Peter, of course. G, Dave, Animal, Blue Dylan, Average Irish Train Spotter. Who else have we got? Kevin, good evening. David Drives, how are you? Sneaking in there at the bottom. You came in from another stream. Which stream were you on? Average. Did they transfer you, or did you just come across manually, just out of interest? Right. So here we are. As I said on the other video, unfortunately this is a PC only mod, but I thought we'd take a look at it anyway. PC only, I assume, because you got to get the DLC files and actually drop them into the directory, which you can only do on PC. You can't do it with console. That's probably the only thing that's just stopping it going on console. That and the fact that it's probably got some resource issues as well because of the increased traffic, etc., etc. You've heard the story before. It's a shame because I'd love this on the PS5, but we'll look at it anyway because we're all interested in trains. So my voice is still a bit quirky from the other week, so you'll have to just forgive me if I sound like a newly broken in teenager. That might happen. So here it is, OTS Winter Timetable 2019. Just have a look down the right-hand side while I hover over. You can see all the different liveries that are coming in as part of this as well. There's quite a few different things to look at. Some notable appearances. The 87 has got a couple of services. The new measurement train, we're going to run some of that tonight as well. We've got the Freightliner 66, but we've also got a whole host of GBRF 66s as well. You can see the different liveries, different nameplates, which is quite nice to see. And you, of course, see these going up and down as AI as well. 350-1 with the proper livery. 350-2's got the proper livery. And of course, we've got the Pendolino in that transitional period between Virgin and Avanti. So there are three different liveries for that. I think one of them's got black windows. Excuse me. I might struggle, you know. This one has got... Oh, that's got black windows. Oh, one's a 390/1. One's a 390/0. Then we've got the flowing silk as well. So we're going to do that first. So I've picked out service 1 Alpha 37, which is Manchester Piccadilly to Euston. That goes at 13:15. So we're going to do that first. 1A37. Where is it? Oh, there it is. 1A37, and it's... Hold on a minute. That can't be right, can it? 1A37, 13:15. 1A37 is... Oh, there it is, yeah. 13:15 from Manchester, but 14:49 from where we're starting. I'll get it, you know. I'll get it. Have they finally dropped, said Animal. It sounds like it, doesn't it? Let's go to August, as we normally do. Early kind of August. I'll leave the dynamic weather on, why not? And we'll give this a try. Josh, thank you for subscribing. How you doing? Welcome in. Nathan, good evening. How are you? Right, let's go. I sound like a Preston person trying to sing Barry White songs at the British Legion karaoke. Yeah, I know, I do. And I was all right before this started. I've got my cup of tea ready though, so you know, I might be all right once we get moving. Right, let's do just that. We'll put it into forwards. There we go. Cancel that. Do the lights into day running, wherever they are. We'll have the dimming control up to bright, and then of course we need safety systems before we look outside. So close that. Down here we have got the usual, which is DSD, and then right on the end we've got, God, come on, vigilance. I hate this Xbox controller, honest to God. Give me the PlayStation one any day. Right, just this one, I think. Right, door's open. Let's have a look outside. Lovely livery, this. Nice bright day as well. It's almost like the Virgin livery starting to creep in from the front and take over the whole train, because here is the here's the old plain Jane stripped down Virgin one. Before it got its Avanti colours. They were like that, as I remember, they were like that for quite some time.
Do not use the emergency
before the liveries got put on properly. So everyone's getting off, they're not getting on. But we'll see how we go. Right, we're about to go. Josh, 1A37 was a favourite in testing. Ah, you one of the testers, were you? Excellent. Excellent. Right, let's lock the doors. Oh, are you from OTS, Josh? You're not the guy that designed this, are you? Introduce yourself if you are. Well, introduce yourself anyway. Scott, good evening. Great Western, how are you? Yeah, we could have an Oxenome on this one. Thanks for the sub, little Josh. Appreciate it. Your OTS, Josh. Excellent, excellent. Thanks for coming in. It's nice, that. You love the videos. Always great. Excellent. Thank you, Scott. Let's check the schedule, shall we? Oh, we're going to signal WM102, where we wait for a moment, and then we go into Euston. So let's do that. One thing to look for, as I said in the original video, just look at the amount of traffic we've got on this. That's the big difference maker on here. It is live, Ratty, if you're on PC. Yeah, you can get it from Train Sim Community. Just for PC, Scott. Unfortunately, just the way that consoles are working. It's a shame. I was saying on the original video that I hope there's a way in future to get these onto console. You know, maybe as a a third party DLC via the the official method. But yeah, PC only, just because of the technical restrictions of the console platforms. I don't know if Josh will be able to tell us if there is a plan to do that in future. It could be secret information, but a timetable like this, it'd be worth making some money out of it, really, I would say. Just my opinion. Because there's a lot of work on this, Josh. It's very good effort. So yeah, there's more stuff in the yards and the sidings, and it just looks way more lived in, which is great to see. As you can see over there. So we'll do a couple of things. So the plan is to run this one down to Euston. Then we're going to run the HST, the measurement train. Just because it's something different, and we all love an HST, as you know. And then we'll finish off with the 350/1, going from Tring down to Euston again. So, a couple of hours. Should be pretty good. The question, Josh, was just, I was just saying, it's a shame you guys are not making money off a mod like this, and I was just saying, it's probably secret information, but I don't know in future if via the third-party developer program, whether timetables like this could be a thing in future, you know, like a paid DLC. Just wondering, but you might not be able to say that. The flying banana, yeah, it certainly is, yeah. Evening, Jason. Yeah, it is, Dave, yeah. Excellent addition, yeah. Yeah, you can run the Virgin. I don't know if this Silk one is available on Creators Club. Could be. But as you know, the standard Virgin one is on there because we've run it, and I think most of you guys have run it on that West Coast mainline overshot scenario that we created. So you could kind of make your own up. But this is a full timetable from 26th of November 2019, I think, Josh. I think it said in the manual. So on that day. But yeah, we'll play the measurement HST after this. "36 miles to the signal," which I assume is just outside of Euston. And we will, of course, go for the speed set. The button combination for which escapes me at the moment. There's a Freightliner 66 going the other way. So you see a lot of stuff down at Wembley and Willesden. There's a lot of traffic around there and static stuff, which is quite nice to see. You've not seen this livery, this one. This is the Flowing Silk. Yeah, this is quite nice. It's quite nice. Timetable's fantastic, says Kevin. Yep, yep. You need to save up and get a PC now. You want one, but it's crap. At least you're honest. No, I'm not going to overshoot Euston. That would be a very bad idea. Very bad idea. What problems are you having, Scott, with the 66, with the AWS? There's a version of the Flowing Silk on Creators Club, but not the version in the timetable. Yes, because I think someone was arguing, saying that this was that, and this isn't, is it? This is your own creation. This version. But yeah, so there could be one. If you can't get access to this timetable, then have a look on Creators Club for this livery. No plans to get the timetable into a paid status. I'm sure you've already thought of it, but I think you should suggest it. I think there'd be an appetite for it. I guess with a timetable, the concern would be, not getting it onto the console, but the resources on the console, I suppose, with the timetable, because we've seen it with the standard timetables, haven't we, where some consoles have had a reduced timetable to what everybody else gets, or less freight or no freight at all. But I think that was 8th gen consoles, to be honest. I think the current gen are a lot better. I know when I'm playing PS5, it's comparable to what I'm playing on PC, so it's definitely worth suggesting. Wings and things, how are you? No, there's no spads. Everyone stop coming in and saying has there been any spads or overshoots. You're really unfair. First of all, you start off by saying I'm late when I kick off the stream at 6:29, which means I'm not late. And then you all start talking about spads, oxynomes, overshoots. You're a cruel bunch. Honestly, you're a cruel bunch. I'm glad you're my friends. That's all I can say, I'd be in trouble if you were my enemies, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, get your coat, Peter, that's terrible. There's one of the GBRF Freight 66s. That's quite a nice livery, that. Very nice. There is an enhancement mod as well for this route, which I haven't got, because I was reading some of the feedback and it was saying that sometimes it can cause performance issues and whatnot, so I haven't got that. So I've just got the timetable, the new timetable. It struck a nerve. Hey John, how are you? No, don't worry about being late, it's fine. I've already been late, apparently. So if I'm late, you're definitely allowed. You seem to only have one version of the route animal. You used to have a reduced and a normal version. That's a strange one. That's why we follow you. By the way, the channel is at about 19,500 subs. So if you've got 500 friends between you, go and have a word with them. Get them to subscribe. Because that'd be really handy. We've got yellows, so let's make sure we don't give you all what you want. I love how the Pendle sweeps around the curves, not just on this route, but on the Preston Carlisle route as well. It's great getting it up to speed. And I was on this route, as many of you will remember, last Thursday I went down to Euston on the Pendo. Should be going down again end of May, I think, is when I'm next due down there. So yeah, always enjoy it. Mark, thank you for the sub. 499 required. $20k and I'm heading to Ireland. You don't know 50 people, Jason. I'm sure you do. It's just been for a Cronenberg. You're on the pop tonight, are you, Peter? None of the strong stuff tonight. Well, there's no spuds. Very good. You like your friends, yeah. Don't put them through it. Chasing the signals a little bit. So we'll take another look outside. It's nice to see a lot of passengers on the train as well. That's the other thing. I was playing the Mildmay line last night, which I've not been on for a few weeks. There's still no passengers on the Mildmay line, which is a bit of a shame. Getting on and off, I mean. There's some on the train, but not getting on and off. And I know that's a core issue, but it's a shame that's not been fixed yet. Oh, it's a school night, so you're on the pop instead. Got you. A lot of crashing on the PS5 at Euston, John. Yes, I was talking to, I don't think he's in, one of our other Daves, Dave Melody. He plays on PS5. He's still having a lot of crashes down at Euston on PS5, but I've been playing it quite a bit, and I've been alright since the last set of patches, so I don't know what the difference is there. I don't know whether that's the route or maybe something to do with the hard disk we're running it from, because I don't know about you, but I've got TSW on the additional drive on the PS5. So I don't know whether it's to do with the data read speeds or anything like that, or whether it is the game, or I really don't know. Because it seems to be a bit hit and miss between a few of us. Some are having issues and some are not. Right, nicely coming into the 110 anyway. Thanks everybody for coming in. Appreciate it as always. Victor, good evening. Hello from Denmark. You're most welcome. Thanks for coming. You got the digital version. Yeah, that could be a thing. Well, no, mine's digital too. I don't think many of us have got the disc version. I could be wrong. When's TSW going to have rowdy passengers? Football or ale trail special? Well, that's the thing. There's some. I think there's quite a number of scenarios that are meant to be football specials. So there's one. There's definitely one on East Coastway. I think there's one on Northern Transpennine, and there's a couple of others. But the passengers all just act normal. And they're all dressed the same. They're not wearing football scarves, nothing. We do sometimes get the passengers that still shoot up into the air. That's amusing, isn't it? Where they kind of rocket off the platform like Buzz Lightyear. You still see that, but that's about as rowdy as they get. And that's obviously not meant to not meant to happen. It does though, still. What route was it? I saw it the other night. I can't remember what route it was. It could have been the Dutch route on PS5, and they were rocketing off into the air. So that was Watford. We're about to go past my favourite place on this section of line, Bushy. I just love that name, Bushy. I like Bushy on this route, and on the Mildmay line, my favourite is Kentish Town, as I was saying the other week. It's for those people who can't afford to go to Kent. You go there because it's a bit Kentish. I love that, Kentish Town. Yeah, empty container flats, let them hang on. Ha. They'd enjoy that, wouldn't they? Posted the stream on Facebook, thank you, Jason. I bet the Pacer did take Preston fans home after games back in the day. I saw, talking about Pacers actually, when I was on the said trip down to Euston last week, obviously you go past the, you go through Crewe and the sidings at Crewe. There's always something of a surprise there. There was a Mersey Rail, very, very shiny Mersey Rail Pacer sat there in the sidings just outside Crewe. Not at the Heritage Centre, the other side, the football ground side. That was quite a nice surprise. Along with the usual big round of Class 66s that you always see. I think it's is it Freightliner that have got a depot there at Crewe? Can't remember if it's Freightliner or a GBRF, but there's always quite a few 66s knocking around. Yes, Standish. I've forgotten about Standish. Yes, I don't know what that Pacer was doing at Crewe. Can you get a rail tour on a Pacer? Or a rail tour is always just locals? I don't know. I bet there's a few people want to go on the Pacer. I'm not sure why, apart from nostalgia, but yeah. Maybe it was there because it was in Merseyrail colours. Maybe it had been to Lime Street or something for some special appearance, maybe, and it was it made its way back to Crewe on its way somewhere else. But it was very shiny, very, very shiny. Right, so this is where you'll see the traffic start building up. I mean, you'd see how many Bakerloo services we've just gone past. About 3, I think. All in one area, which is what you would expect with the underground, isn't it? There's that many of them zipping up and down normally, but it doesn't quite do it in the original timetable. The 378 over there. Locomotives Services Group, thank you for that, Great Western. Ah, very good, Jason. Very good. Yeah, they'd have to pay you a lot of money. It's good for all those who have not been on a Pacer though. Because I've been surprised the amount of feedback I've got when I've been running the Pacer on the 2 TSW routes that we've got, where the Pacer is Lots of people said they've never even been on a pacer. Are they really as bad as everyone says they are? And I've got a lot of feedback like that. And so to me, you know, it's like some of you that I've never been on an HST because you didn't really see them where I am. But a lot of you are like, well, that's weird. You've never seen an HST. I'm the same with the pacer. Yeah, it's a bit odd that nobody's seen a pacer, but yeah, kind of standard furniture around here for quite a while. Right, so let's take a look over here as we go past. We've got Freightliners, 66s, we've got Pendos over there, 378s I can see, more Freightliners. DB, 66s. The other thing as well is that on this, the 377s... Oh, there you go. Typical. Just go out of the cab and that's what happens. 377s go all the way up to Milton Keynes as well. So, yeah, they go a lot further than they do in the standard timetable. Damien, how you doing? What service is this? This is 1 Alpha 37, but this is on the winter 2019 timetable, not the standard timetable with the route. Pacers were rough to ride on, they certainly were. And as I've mentioned before, they were even rougher to work on if you're trying to collect tickets and, you know, do the old jamming your leg behind the bus seat trick. So you could use both hands to deal with the money and whatnot. Definite skill involved there. Never been on a pace to Great Western. Yeah. Yeah, I might have seen one knocking about, going up and down, but I definitely not ridden on one. When's the container freight pack coming out there? There was a bit of a teaser, wasn't there? Nobody said anything yet. There's no date for it. I'm not aware of a date. But if they're putting the teaser out, I would assume pretty soonish. After so many releases in quick succession, it feels like we've not had any releases. So they probably kept that one up the sleeve. Yeah, Timetable's fantastic, and I think the creator of it, Josh, is in the chat, possibly still in the chat. So yeah, it's by On Track Simulation, and if you're in the stream we did last time where we went up the Cumbrian coast, that's On Track Simulation as well. That was created by them. So they do some quite good stuff, really. Thanks for coming in, Wings and Things. See you next time. Josh is still there. There you go. There you go. Some more feedback there, Josh, from Damien. Would love to see a timetable made the same way for the Preston Carlisle route. Absolutely. All of them. every single one. Who's looking forward to that 86 coming out though? I definitely looking forward to that. Can't wait for that. There you go, a very full set of sidings over there. Very full. Right, so we are stopping at this signal. Lots of stock missing for a modern West Coast mainline Preston Carlisle. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. I guess this route is an obvious choice because of that, isn't it? So you're right. You're absolutely right. That was a bit cheeky. That magnet didn't go off then, did it? And we just happened to have another silk coming the other way. Perfect. Right, so we just need to wait briefly, I assume, for a platform. There we go, platform 16, let's do it. That's an aspect of a timetable that I quite like as well, where you don't just go straight A to B. You do get stopped a couple of times. It's a little bit more realistic, isn't it? They're taking the time with the 86. Yeah, I bet it's coming soon. Yep, I would agree with that, Kevin. Yeah, it's a great job. Yep. I just wish the console guys could get it, but that's no fault of Josh's or on-track simulation. As I said, it's just the way it kind of works on the consoles. But people are fingers crossed for the future. And I'll tell you something, I don't recall on the standard timetable ever coming in on this platform. I could be wrong. It always seems to be over this side. I don't recall ever coming in this side. Yeah, you've never used it either, John. No, that's what I was thinking. I think the only time I've been over here was to get collectibles, to be honest, on foot. Right, what happened there? Did I get TPWS or something. I wasn't going that fast, was I? I must admit I was reading the chat, so I didn't see. So we've stopped we stopped a little bit short. But that's fine. Look for sunlight coming in as well for the roof. That's great, that. So once again, you can see, you know, the traffic we've got. You can just about see it. The station's full, which is, you know, how it should be, really. Let's lock the doors. Yeah, TPWS, that's what I thought. That prevents me doing what Animal said and not stopping at the buffers, though, doesn't it? Which is its main job, I guess. Right, so shall we go to the next service, which is going to be the HST? And we're going to do 1 Quebec to 8. There's 2 services, I think, for the HST. Let me go back. There it is, the banana, as you were calling it. And we'll do this one. This is an early evening service, but again, I'll set it to August, so we hopefully don't get any weather surprises. Let's do it. 10 miles an hour is it for the TPWS, right? I remember that. But yeah, it's nice to use that side of the station. Absolutely, yeah. Right, we'll get set up and then we'll have a look at the outside, shall we? So, master key into forwards, safety systems over here. The lights are over here, I think. I think it's still pretty daytime, so we'll put them on day headlights for now. What else have we got? Train supply, spare. We got the dimmers over here somewhere. Where's the dimmer? Gauge dimmer. Let's do that. Right, cool. And you've got just over a minute to wait. So let's have a quick look outside at this beast. I presume this on the front is what's monitoring the track, is it? Is it constant? Is it a camera, or is it actually a measuring device that is measuring the, you know, the distance between the rails, you know, kind of like this? Is that what it's doing? Is it looking for misshapen rail or stuff that needs replacing? Yeah, you totally haven't posted any picture of an HST in the Discord. You're a big HST guy, aren't you? Lee, good evening. How are you? Yeah, the front's a camera. Got you. So does it? Is it only the camera that is sort of doing the work, or does the actual train running over the track? I know this sounds stupid. Does the train running over the track actually measure anything? So, for example, is there anything, you know, underneath the train itself that's like measuring equipment? You know, is it sort of measuring the sort of undulation of the track as well, or is it just that at the front? Let's go though. Down Wylston relief line is first. 5 miles. Coaches have got equipment underneath as well. Good. That's what I thought. Yeah, there's crew inside. I think I saw it on a documentary, you know, but I don't think it was the HST. It was something else, and they were doing it. It was some documentary, some series, quite recently, actually. But it wasn't the HST. But on here, you've just got sort of normal coaches. Great Western first class. There you go, Great Western. But you could do a rail tour on this. That'd be pretty neat, wouldn't it? Right, let's get up to speed. Yeah, all good, Lee, thank you, yeah. Track integrity, gauge width, dips, etc. Yeah. When I worked for back when I worked for British Rail, and when I was with the civil engineers, before I went to Cornforth actually to work there, the civil engineer had a saloon. I might have mentioned this before, I can't remember, but he had a saloon. It was just like a single coach, and it was usually pulled by I think a 31 or something like that. And we used to go up and down. I was a clerk back then, so I used to go and write a lot of things down. And we used to go up and down the West Coast main line and jump off at various points, and the engineer would inspect the track and then jump back on again, and they'd serve a meal on there and all sorts. And it used to be permanently parked at the Ladywell sidings outside Ladywell House, which you can see in you can't see the saloon, but you can obviously, the Ladywell sidings are there on the Preston Carlisle route. I always used to try and get on that. We used to leave about 7 in the morning and come back, I don't know, about 8 o'clock at night. Just pulled up and down the main line by 31, which is quite good. Used to have its own chef on board and all that. Yeah, happy memories. Bit different to this. Bit different to this train, definitely. It was more like manual sort of inspection of the line, that, rather than anything too technical. A dynamometer car. Is that what it was called? I'm not sure. I don't know if it actually did anything. I think literally he was jumping out looking at the jobs. I don't think the actual saloon did any kind of measuring itself. But I could be wrong. Yeah, it was like a glorified secretary, yeah. Yeah, when I first became a clerk on the railway and I worked at Ladywell, I was doing all sorts of stuff in the engineers department, like so I used to get the weather report every morning, and we used to gauge it red, yellow or green, and if it was red, which was usually a very, very hot day, I had to ring round all the different engineering depots all the way up the West Coast main line to Carlisle and all the way up the Cumbrian coast to let them know we had a red weather warning in case the tracks were about to buckle because of the heat, and for them to keep a close eye on it. I don't know what they ever did, because I mean they had a lot of track to cover, but yeah, that was one of the jobs. And the other job I used to do while I was there was when they did works at a weekend and they were taking out the wooden railway sleepers, they used to pick them all up and chuck them in a big pile, for want of a better description, and charities were able to write in, and we used to give them the old wooden sleepers to sort of make playgrounds for kids, or gardens for hospitals and things like that. Everybody wanted the big wooden sleepers to do that kind of sort of landscaping. So I used to get letters from charities and I used to process them, and I used to go down and meet the charity and get the sleepers loaded up. I didn't do it. The blokes came down from the depots to do that, but yeah. That was my early railway career. But back to the more modern HST. It's not that modern, is it? It was around before I was on the railway. Oh, the ones with the moving scroll. Yeah. No, it wasn't one of them. It definitely wasn't. It was just... it was more like an office. With like a few settees in there. And we got to a certain point, he'd jump out, and I think what he was doing was... he was looking at proposed jobs for Sunday work. And I think he was just inspecting them to see, like, you know, did the job really need doing? And because obviously he had a budget and he had to spend his money wisely and whatnot. So, yeah. A hole in the floor and dangle a trainee out the bottom. Yeah, could have been like that. James B, good evening. How are you? You drove this scenario in the other direction and found it quite glitchy. I have done the other direction. I don't remember. I think it was alright. There's a 150 variant that does the same thing. Same thing as this, that measuring. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Is there any particular reason they use an HST? Is it because of the speed? It has to get up to a certain speed to measure. I suppose the higher the speed, if the more you shake about, then obviously that's a bad situation, isn't it? Oh wow, I totally wasn't prepared for that. I totally was not ready for that, as you can tell. Block slippers in Italy and rail sides were painted white because it reflects the sun and slows down the heating. Yeah. It's obviously a massive problem as well, you know. Like leaves on the line as well, which is often it's often joked about, isn't it? But you know, when you've worked on the railway, especially in the engineers, or if you've been a driver or something like that, you can realise, you know, how serious that potentially is. In fact, especially if you're a driver, you don't want to go sliding along. Right, so I don't know how long we're gonna wait here, but we'll see once we get stopped. Right, so we've got 6 minutes to wait, which isn't too bad. So I'll put it in neutral, and we'll just see if we can see any traffic whilst we're waiting. I presume we're over here because of congestion, etc., and things a bit faster than us going past and all that good stuff. So something's coming now. So we'll just train spot for a little bit, another Pendo. And a 350 and another 350. Go live, Ruben. How are you? Hey, you don't want much, do you? It's beyond my realms of capability to make any kind of liveries, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know about the HST, why it's used. Yeah, I'd be interested to know. Game freezes when a pen door comes past for about 30 seconds. Wow. That's quite a big pause, that. And you've got a 4090 as well. You see, I've got a 4070, I think. I forget. So yours is obviously a bit more high-powered graphics than mine. James, you're a fellow Prestonian as well. Excellent, excellent. No wonder it put us over here with all this traffic. I've also got some overground traffic sneaking down over there. There it goes. Thanks for coming in, Animal. Livery streams are like watching paint dry. Is that what the stream is tonight? I know Dovetail had a stream, I can't remember what it is. I think there's only one stream though, isn't there? Just looking back at London over there. Oh, we got some action. Is that the Mildmay line coming across there? Is that kind of where we finish up on the Mildmay line currently? Up there? Yeah, it's all happening. So there you go, they could do the measuring in this bit. I think that's the Buffy core on the real HST. Yeah, there's the little serving hatch. And the bit around here where you put your sugar in your coffee. Oh, that is the Malmö line. Excellent. That was a nice spot then. I've got my bearings now. Right, so we're nearly ready to go, hopefully. Straight to Milton Keynes now, once we get the signal, that is. There it is. All that measuring equipment needs recalibration after taking our last junction in an enthusiastic manner. Yeah, I kind of missed that one. I did not expect it. I bet they all panicked when the, you know, the needle started going up like that. Like, oh, this is a rough junction. Yeah, I was doing, what was I doing? 40 over a junction that was 15. That's not recommended. Just like to give them something to do in the back. Right, we've got 41 miles up to Milton Keynes. And then once we've done this one, we're going to go in the 350/1 from Tring back down to Euston. And that'll give us a good look at this timetable then. Yeah, the bruise will have gone all over. Yeah. They'll be getting the mop out. Got the Wembley Arch over there, of course. Right, let's open it up. Let's get measuring. Yeah, hopefully, Josh, yeah. You know, of course, don't you? You know whether we're going to get stopped or not, so... Off we go. Hopefully when the cargo line in tomorrow comes out, you can make the line of trains a bit more realistic length rather than just 20 cars each. That'd be good. That would be good. Yeah, Beppe, how you doing? Absolutely adequate, yeah, more than adequate. Yeah, I haven't forgotten that you guys enjoyed the HST stream we did on TS Classic a couple of months back. So I thought when I was looking through the services that are available, I thought we'd run the HST. You look at all this traffic. It's mental. Evening, Sam. How you doing? Chase down this Bakerloo service. Few spikes coming off that one then. You got another diesel last year instead of an EV. I think the thing with EVs is they're really expensive, aren't they? What's my thoughts on the All Aboard Sim Studios route? They haven't said what route it is yet, have they? But everyone thinks the screenshot was crew. I think that's a pretty safe bet from what I could see of it. But I don't think they've said yet, have they, what the actual route is? A few people guessing. Bit of 378 action there. I think we picked a good night for it here. The sun's great. The dynamic weather is on us. We could get the DTG fog by the time we get to Milton Keynes. We'll just see. There's the Silk again going past. Leaning it into this curve. Is Midland Main Line worth getting? It's decent route, Midland Main Line. It wasn't when it came out. There was a few problems with it, especially if you're on console, but I think it's all fixed. I think it's all fixed now. And if you got some of the other DLCs like the Rail Operations Group 37 and the cargo line stuff, then they all layer on as well. So pretty decent all-round route, I would say. Yeah. Is it in a sale at the moment? There's been quite a few sales on across different platforms recently. Heading towards Watford once again. Stand clear, please. Very nice. You're going to spend an hour and 20 minutes on Cane Creek just for mastery. I don't bother for. I don't. If I get the mastery, I get it. I don't go chasing it. Are you doing these monthly masteries? Or are you just doing the route masteries? Cane Creek one, is that the dinosaur park? If it is, I've got that one. Yeah, route mastery. Yeah, I think it's the dinosaur park. Cane Creek. It's kind of a bit of a weird route, that, isn't it? Because the top and bottom of the route are quite interesting, and the middle's just, I don't know. Yeah, dinosaur park. There we go. He's stopping, I think. We're not. That's King's Langley, I believe. I know you probably all have, but if you don't mind, give me a little thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Get a few people to watch the replay then as well. It all helps. Still got 26 miles of this run. Anyone know what's meant to be on this screen? I've always wondered. Is it kind of like the, is it the timetable or something? Stopping, you know, a stopping pattern. Not sure. Not sure what that's for. Don't give me a thumbs up till I spad. If you want spads, you have to watch one of your fellow channel members, the Geek Daddy. He spads 3 or 4 times per stream generally, which is always quite funny because Jason always clips it and puts it on the Discord. You think it's called ATP? It's like the ETCS, but the Great Western Main Line. I've got you. Speaking of which, when is that Great Western Main Line remaster coming out? That's gone a bit quiet, hasn't it, that? Kind of quite hyped up for that, to be honest. He needs to get a spad jar going. Yeah, we started calling him the Geek Spaddy. not the Geek Daddy, the Geek Spaddy. He'll probably kill me for saying that. But yeah, it's quite funny. Right, we've got 100 coming up. This is what I like, you know, overtaking all this stopping traffic, and it feels proper lived in on this timetable. Nah, don't worry about it, Peter. I know you're only winding me up. Don't worry about it. Absolutely, Kevin. Yeah, it does. It does. I didn't know what to expect because most of my TSW's been on console, and like I said, I only use the PC when I'm making videos or streaming. It's just easier because all my setup's together. I've got my PS5 down the living room, so it's a bit awkward for me to stream from the PS5. So I didn't really know what to expect with this because I've not put any mods into TSW. But like I was saying on the other video about this, TS Classic, it's mainly all about modding, isn't it? If you just stick to the standard stuff, it's a bit, I wouldn't say it's naff, but it's not as good, is it? I think the standard TSW is a lot better than the standard TS Classic, don't get me wrong. But actually this has been quite nice. I've played a lot of this since, when did I get it? I think Wednesday last week. I think it came out Friday, and I think Tom sent it me on Wednesday. So I had a good go at it before I made the first video. I was quite enjoying it. Yeah, Train Sim Classic's very good. And I've got so much stuff on Train Sim Classic that I've not even played yet. I've downloaded a zillion sort of scenarios and whatnot, and I've still not got round to all of them. One day we'll meet up at Ormskirk and do a then and now video, and you'll bring your posh Sony camera and the DJI drone. Do you ever go back up that way, or have you not been up for a long time? And I say up because you're down, aren't you, at the minute? So it is up for you. We'll be on a straight section now. I was hoping to catch it in a curve, but just watch, we'll be in a straight section. Definitely are. Geddington. That's why. That's where we are. $12 to go. Would I ever install all the mods from Trains and Community? I'll be honest with you, James. I'm not sure how many of them there are. All I know about is the enhancement mod for this route, which I was saying a bit earlier. I've not put that on yet because people were talking about giving them some performance issues in some cases. So that enhancement, I think that enhancement mod was in 2 parts. One of them was the enhancement itself for the route, and the second part was the liveries that you need for the trains in this timetable. So I just got the second part of it, just so I could run this timetable. But I might have a quick look. Normally, I like to show, on these videos, I like to show what everybody can get. So this is kind of a bit different, because not everybody can get this, unfortunately, but I normally like to show it like everybody else could get it. But I'll definitely have a look what there is. Yeah, I remember you saying that, Peter. Yeah. She was the organist, wasn't she, at the church? She was saying. You can't be bothered sticking to the speed limit on Cane Creek. Yeah. Make it 10 minutes instead of an hour and 20. Yeah. Yeah, you won't get many points, but you'll definitely do it quicker. Right, we're not far off, then we're jumping to the 350/1, I think. Nice bit of early evening sun. Oh wow, look at that. I don't know what that is. That was strange. I've never seen that before. It's gone now. Yeah, I'll take a look on the James. Any in particular that you would recommend? It's been there since day one. I've never seen that before. Never seen it. Whatever it was. Well, we've given them some good data to think about anyway, especially over that junction earlier on. I don't think they started measuring until after we left that siding, I'll be honest with you. Sun in your eyes both ways. Yeah, it's tiring that, isn't it? Right, we're not far off. You've got all the UK ones. I didn't know there was that. It sounds like there's quite a few. I didn't realise there was that many. I've not really followed it though, to be honest. I do get a lot of stuff off Train Sim Community for TS Classic, of course. Right, let's try and behave ourselves as we come into Milton Keynes. Slow down in good time. Milton Keynes platform 5. And a points bonus just as we're about to stop. I'm glad that didn't come up when I was approaching the signal. We've got the overground stuff up here. There we go. Excellent. Enjoyed that one. That's one of the included 710 test runs. I got you. I wondered why it was this far up. Yeah. Excellent. Right, so that's that one. And we got a platinum medal there for all those of you that get these in-game medals. Let's go back and we'll get into the 350. That was good. That I'm glad you put those in, Josh. Quite enjoy those ones. You wouldn't stop at Milton Keynes, you keep heading for the northwest. I wonder how far we get before we get kicked out. I've not actually tried it. Mind you, we had a red signal, didn't we? So it would soon kick us out. I was tempted, of course, to run the 87 tonight, but I think we might save that for another night. So we'll do the 350 .1 /1, and I think we'll do this one, and I'm gonna go for the 0846. Is this one Tring to Euston? Once again, let's just change it, keep it consistent. So this will be the morning. Yeah, so on the way back from Euston last week, didn't stop at Milton Keynes. I did go straight through Milton Keynes and carried on. But it's funny now, having played this part of the route in TSW. Actually, when you're on the real life, it's a really odd feeling. Everything is exactly the same, you know. Right, I haven't driven this for a while, I don't think. So we'll give it our best shot. Instruments and desk, daylight. Now, do I still need to set the screen up? Config acknowledged, so that's all okay, isn't it? Safety systems. Here we go. Vigilance. TSD. AWS. Right, let's open the window for a little bit. So we're at Tring. And we are going Berkhamsted, Hemel, Watford. My favourite place on this line, Bushy, Harrow, Wembley Central and Euston. Due in at 9:29. Nice. Very nice. Pipe some artificial engine noise into the cab. Yeah, you don't like these, do you? That's why I thought I'd open the window. Do you like EV cars, but not EV trains? You prefer the clag and the smoke, don't you, of the diesels? Right, shall we shut the doors? Decent acceleration anyway on this. There's an issue with this train. When the train's below 5 miles per hour, it brakes really heavily, which annoys you. Right, I've not noticed that, or I don't remember. We'll see what happens. In fact, I'm going too fast at the minute. Just briefly. There we go. Yeah, it's quite quiet, isn't it? $3 miles to Berkhamsted. And I got a little achievement there. Drive the 350 100 miles. I've driven it. Oh, I don't know how far I've driven it on PS5. Like I said, this is PC's only for streaming, recording videos, so I've driven it in reality way, way longer than that. I don't mind these units actually. Again, TS Classic I quite like the 350, but it's the AP 350, of course, not the standard. Get the sounds of the pen door going past. What is the top speed? 110. Yeah, it's alright, Kabepi, don't worry about that. Right, we've got a mile to go. I still think in TSW the ambient noise is a bit weird. So like, I can hear the birds tweeting. I don't know if it's coming across on the stream. Excuse me, but you obviously shouldn't hear the birds tweeting when you're driving the train. The train's quiet, but it's not that quiet. Right, here we go. There's a collectible there on the left, which I haven't got. I haven't got many on the PC. Again, that's another thing on PC that I don't really go and chase. PS5, I do it for the trophies, generally. Not many getting on and off. How many have we got on board, actually? There's a fair few on board, look. They're all going to Euston. Good morning, everyone. There's a lot of baseball caps. I can't help but think the baseball cap's a little bit overused on the passengers. Even when they're wearing a suit, they're wearing a baseball cap, which seems a bit odd. You need some engine noise to drown out the people noise. Oh, the bird sound identifier. Actually, that would be an interesting video, that, wouldn't it? Which birds exist in the ambient noise of TSW? Those ruins. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, did tell me on one of our streams what those ruins were. They did tell me that, and I've forgotten already, which is really bad of me. Hemel Hempstead is our next stop. Berkhamsted Castle. Oh, it's as easy as that, is it? Right. I should have remembered that. I quite like it when things like that are put into, well, both TSW and TS Classic, like Penrith Castle. That's quite a good one on the West Coast main line to Carlisle. Furness Abbey we saw, didn't we, last week when we went up the Cumbrian coast. By the way, not train related, but I've got a new collaboration coming up on the channel, which I will try to announce over the next few days, which is quite exciting. It's quite exciting for me, but that's all I'm going to say about it until I put the video out. Simulator related, but not trains. So there you go. You can all have a think about that. Right, this is Hemel. That wasn't a bad stop. One thing like in TSW, if you know, is the special liveries for certain trains. You enjoyed the ones on South East and High Speed. You mean like the special liveries is in? Do you mean like on the Javelin? When they were doing the bid to be whatever it was. Can't remember what it was now. Those kind of liveries. There's a few people getting off there, look. Yeah, I know what you mean. Very noisy cows going over Shap. Yes, there are. Definitely are. Certain places as well. There's one place where you can hear like it's almost like geese flying over, but it's just one place on the route. Like a massive flock of geese flying over. If it's planes, you look forward to that. You've been flying the A330 and the 350. It's not planes, but I am planning to do more Microsoft Flight Sim. I've just been waiting for it to get a little bit less buggy, to be honest. I've been playing it offline. Off stream, I should say. Because I do quite like the flying stuff as well. Right, back down to Watford, 6 miles. Oh, the train ball, that was the other one they did, yeah. Are they gone now? Are they still? They're still in TSW. They've not removed them, have they? You just mean there's no new ones? I still don't think I've seen that train ball livery, you know, on South East and High Speeds. Lots of people kept posting when they'd like spawned in with the train ball. I don't think I've seen it. I think I've seen it past me, but I don't think I've driven it. Because I think it was random, wasn't it? You couldn't choose it. Oh, he's still there, right. It's Shopping Trolley Sim 2025. Yeah. I don't know how interesting that will be. Even I couldn't make that interesting, I don't think. Right, we've got 75 coming up. Kings Langley again. You always tell with this bridge going over the top. Is that the M20? I think it's the M25, that, is it? I think it's the M25. Is this where the Ovaltine factory is? I think there's an Ovaltine factory somewhere around here on the right hand side. Not far away from here in real life. You're gonna have to start streaming or something, Peter. You're gonna have to do like a blog type channel. Could be a big YouTube hit, that one. Right, just a couple of miles off Watford. Once we get out of this tunnel, we'll be just about there. Incidentally, talking about when you said the two biggest people in the supermarket stop in the narrowest aisle for a chat and you start ranting. Do you know what winds me up the most? When people spot something on a shelf and just dump the trolley right in the middle while they go wandering off to go and get whatever it is they want, and they just think everyone's going to steer past them. That winds me up. I end up going past and shoving the trolley out of the way with a kind of, well, take that kind of attitude. Oh. Zero tolerance for the public. You should try it. You should definitely try it. Right, Watford ahead. Not doing too bad on time. We'll just roll in for this last half mile. People that walk backwards, yeah. There's that train spotter guy with his camera. He's there all weathers at the end of the platform. 377 there, over on the left. Busy old station, Watford, isn't it, in this timetable? Josh can confirm you're working in the online department for your local Sainsbury's. Excellent. You came here, did you, Kibepi, for the Harry Potter? Yeah, I've been to Watford. I was there last year for the football, actually. That was the last time I stopped in Watford. Right, Bushy. We get to stop at the famous Bushy in 1.2 miles. You found a pub up the street. I would have hoped you'd find quite a few pubs, Kibepi, when you were there. I hope it wasn't a Wetherspoons. It was a proper pub, was it? Time to get mushy and bushy. Here we are. Oh, it was a Wetherspoons. Excellent. How did I guess? What's at Bushy then? Bit of a depot over there. Bit of a residential area. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's famous for. It's the place you probably live in if you don't live in Watford. Let's get those doors closed. Harrow and Wheelston. Hopefully, the platform jumping passengers are no longer a thing at Harrow that they have been. Don't know whether they've been able to patch that out. But we're stopping at Harrow anyway. No worries, Josh. Thanks for coming in. Great job, by the way. Take it easy. Right, we'll be at Harrow in 4 minutes. Yeah, it's grand, Josh. Yeah, thanks. Yep, you too. Take it easy. He's done a good job, to be fair. Spending 6 months of your life doing this when you're getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. You've got to hand it to him. He's put a lot of work in this to say that you know you can't sell it. Then that's what I mean. It's a shame, really, that you can't. That's why I hope there's you know, there's potential in the future for that kind of thing with all the third-party developers. You know, lots of people would snap this up on console if it was a thing. I'm sure they would. It's actually, do you know, it's actually quite enjoyable, this service. I must admit, I tend to run the Pendo a lot. And not so much the 350. But I actually quite enjoy this. We'll have to play this, a bit more, I think. It does deserve reward, Peter. You're right, exactly right. Yeah. Transport East Anglia, how you doing? Right, here's Harrow. I'm not doing too bad, staying on time as well, up to this point. Which can be a struggle, can't it, on the stopper services? I've not driven the 377 all the way to Milton Keynes yet, which you can do in this timetable. And that one's going to Milton Keynes. But anyway, it's Milton Keynes. Wouldn't you think they'd be able to put the extra E in the Keynes? Well, there's 2 E's missing, isn't there? Lower trains can be relaxing on the fast main lines, less panic over speeds and stuff. Yeah, I think that might be what it is. And especially on this timetable, everything's zipping past. I think there's plenty to look at on this timetable. Whereas some of the standard timetables, you can feel like you're a little bit on your own, can't you? But these guys are stuck in concrete, look. Time's definitely slowed down there, look. They're all at it. Right, I don't know what's happened there. That's odd. Wonder if that is to do with when you drive the high-speed trains through, you just don't realise that they're walking that slow. I don't know. seems odd. Yeah, that'd be too sensible, yeah. True, Peter, yeah. Right, Wembley Central. Especially nice when you're overtaking things like that Bakerloo service there. Evening Ghost Train, yeah, zombie NPCs, yeah, they were, weren't they? Like some invisible ray had shone down on the station at Harrow. Made them all act a bit weird. Could overtake a Bakerloo when you're walking. I kind of cheated a bit with the thumbnail. So the thumbnail was the GBRF liveried 66, but we're not actually going to drive that tonight. But I'll keep that one up my sleeve for another stream, I think, because there's still a lot to do in this. We've not covered all of it. Everybody's back to walking normal speed at Wembley. Bit quiet on this side. Yeah, but a 66 though is a diesel, Peter. Surely that appeals to you. That livery's nice though. That GBRF livery's quite nice. Right, Euston is our next and final stop. Not a proper diesel. You like the old Sulzer diesels, don't you, I think? I think they're more in your sort of line. I think the Abbey branch would have been quite nice, Kevin, yeah, exactly, yeah. I don't know why they've not put that on. Quite nice. We spotted the Mildmay train as well earlier on when we were in the HST, just by sheer chance. Because we've seen the traffic from the Mildmay line running underneath on this line, but I didn't realise you would also be able to see the Mildmay line stuff as well from here. So I was quite pleased with that. Quite a nice touch. Five miles to go. And this time we're going into platform 1 at Euston. So it's been a good stream. I've quite enjoyed it tonight, actually. Bit of variety there as well. Taking a pretty decent look at the mod. It was nice that Josh came in as well. That was a nice surprise. And we got 2.8. Yeah, there's not been any oxynomes or spads. you know that it will happen in the future. It might not happen every time, but it will definitely happen in the future, especially on routes I'm not familiar with. I could do Cane Creek next time if you want, Great Western. Now you've put the idea in my head. Yeah, you shouldn't be using your own Xbox. I know what you mean. I know I was kind of in two minds what to do, but I just thought, you know, I think everyone plays on different platforms, but generally everybody's a train fan. So I went more for the train fan angle. Got a Pendo up above us there. Pendos everywhere. That's quite good, isn't it? We passed the Pendor. He's having to stop as well. Is he in front of him? On the same track? That's interesting. Best timetable you've seen on CSW? It's definitely, yeah, it's definitely pretty packed out, isn't it? Right, they're letting us hop in front of the Pendors, look. We must have paid our subs. They're letting us in first. Yeah, it could be, Kevin. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, could be. Right, I should pay attention to the TPWS this time, shouldn't I, really? I mean, it says 25 there, but I don't know at what point it would switch to the 10 miles an hour. So we'll just play it safe. We've got 2.5 minutes till we're due in anyway, so let's catch what's going on the other side of Euston. Lots of comings and goings. Overtaking a Pendo in a bog cart. There's the grid, I guess, right there. So that's the point where it wants to stop you early. Nice bit of squeal as well from the rails. Right, doors open one last time. Welcome back to Euston. And that is pretty much us done. So thanks everybody for coming in. Appreciated. Thank you for all the chat as usual. Thank you for the likes and just for being in, basically. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've had a good look at the timetable. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry you can't all play it. That's the only thing. But it's interesting just to see what can be done. I think that's the thing. And as I said, I do hope that in future this kind of thing can come out as part of what third-party developers are doing in TSW, and you know, it gets sanctioned to be, you know, sort of a paid item for everybody, because I think things like this would sell, you know, I'll be honest with you. So thanks once again, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.